Our Chris Fix here today with Justin Holcomb, who is a congressional candidate challenging incumbent Robert Aderholt in the fourth congressional district, I believe.
That's
Um,
right, Chris.
how are you, Justin?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me on.
Hey, thank you for coming on. So tell me a little bit about yourself, man. How old are you? What did you do in your
Sure, sure,
profession?
Chris. I'm 33 years old. I graduated from University of Alabama, Birmingham back in 2015. Moved up to
Mhm.
Washington, D.C., and worked on Capitol Hill, worked for President Trump, worked in the media. And then in 2019, I did some work in New York, helping a company go public on the NASDAQ via IPO back in 2022. So came back home and did a little work in Oklahoma last year and started this campaign back in October of last year. So uh, excited, and we're going to win on March 5th.
So 33 years old. I mean, that's just what a few years old enough to run. What makes a 33-year-old want to go to DC around a bunch of old men?
So, Thomas Jefferson wrote our Declaration at 33 years old. I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. The maximum or the minimum age to be a member of Congress is 25. Got a lot of folks up there that are my age, if not younger, pushing the envelope, especially for the other side. So Alabama needs to get in the game. We need to send some youth up to Washington. And I don't think I'm youth. I think I've got a lot of experience that other folks have, especially my opponent. My opponent's never worked a private sector job in his life. So think I've got the right amount of experience and I'm ready to go and I've got the energy to go up there and get it done for the people of Alabama.
So yeah, I seen that you had an interesting quote on there about something about George Washington, 2 terms. What do you think about a man that goes to spends what 24, 26 years in Congress? I mean, uh, why should we have limits on how long somebody can serve up there?
Absolutely, we should, Chris. It's really a horrible thing that's happened. It's not good for our country. It's not good for our state. The lack of competition has led to our demise. The fourth district has six of the poorest counties in our state. That's what you have. That's what happens when you don't have competition. You have people up there in D.C. for decade after decade, almost 30 years, over a quarter century. We got complacent. We've allowed this to happen to ourselves. I'm here to fix it. Um, you're never going to get a term limit bill passed in Congress. It's just a pipe dream. It'll never happen. But what we can do in the fourth district is set a precedent that every member from the fourth district only serves a total of 4 years, and that's what I'm going to start. And we're going to pass the baton to the next man or woman. And I hope they're a lot more effective than I am. But it starts right here. It starts in 2024, and then 2029 we will reassess. And I hope that it keeps going.
When we look at over the last 30 years or 25 years or what have you, and you see that we went to what, I don't even know, 30 something $1 trillion in debt, and the entire manufacturing base of the country is lost, and the healthcare is horrible. Why do you think the voters continue to send these same people back over and over and over? Like it's
Well, I can speak for the fourth district. Nobody's ever run against my opponent, really. He's had two primary challenges in the past 30 years. So I don't really blame the voters. It isn't their fault that this has happened. But we live in a system right now in the fourth district where I think the median family household income is like $40,000. All right. You can't run a congressional campaign on that. So my opponent, Robert, has a pretty good setup. He's got a bunch of people that he knows will never compete against him, and he can just keep going and going. He doesn't have to provide results back home. He can control all the power, and it'll be endless. It will never stop. But it's about to stop in about 20 days. On March 5th, we're gonna get him out of office, and I look forward to a great transition part process starting March 5th at about 8 p.m.
so tell me, what would be the first piece of legislation that you would try to pass or that you want to see brought up?
I want to defund and get rid of the FBI, the ATF. I want to go to the DOJ building and absolutely wreak havoc. So once I get there, once me and my team get there, our first move is gonna go to dismantle the DOJ and remind them who's in charge of this country. All right. That building is full of people who no one voted for. Not one person working in that building, and there's a lot more working there than there is in Congress, got one single vote. All right. The House of Representatives is going to come roaring back. We're going to let them know who's in charge, and that will be one of my first missions is to dismantle them and make sure President Trump's able to fully operate without having to look over his back.
You know, it's interesting you said that. I often wonder, how those three items, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, get formed into basically a paramilitary unit that can do whatever they want. I mean, that seems like an odd combination, doesn't it?
That's so crazy. Those are the three things our country was founded on. The colonies were a tobacco farm. That's how we made our money. We've had firearms here since the 1600s. And obviously alcohol is our revolution was started in bars throughout the colonies. So it's very funny that the three things that this country was founded on, there's an agency in Washington meant to stifle and suffocate them. And the stifling and suffocating is about to be reversed on January 2nd of 2025 when my team gets up there. They're not going to know what's about to hit them.
So, you know, tell me about what kind of reception you are receiving, because from what I hear, you've got a lot of momentum in this race.
Yeah, Chris, we are doing a great job. We're going to win this race because my opponent's not here. I think he's accepted the fact that this is happening. We're going to keep getting better and better. We haven't even reached our apex yet. We're going to reach the apex at the right time. You don't want to do that too early.
Right.
And that just expect some more news to come over the next few weeks. But we're going to win this race, and I expect to win it by a large number.
Wow. Okay. So, are you going out and knocking on doors, going to Walmart's, fast food restaurants? Are you going out to the people?
You're right. And Chris, we've been doing all those things since October of last year. So probably 50,000 doors knocks, a lot of social media ads. We've got a lot of signs throughout the district. There's going to be a lot more coming. So we are doing all the basic fundamentals right. And the people are agreeing with us, and the people see us at all the events all the time. Our team members are at sometimes in multiple places at once. So the people appreciate that. And my opponent, we've probably been to more of the district in the past 5 months than he's been in 30 years, and the people see that. So I'll let our game speak for itself. But on March 5th, we're going to have a great win.
You've had 50,000 door knocks.
Absolutely, and we probably completed that by the end of January. So October, November, December, we were probably at 40,000.
Wow, that's a lot of doors to be knocking on.
Right.
That's a lot. Have you seen any numbers that in this
Sure.
race up?
Yeah, yep. So we've got our internal stuff. It's really hard for and someone challenging an incumbent to get an official poll done, but we've got some stuff in the motion. But honestly, we probably will not release it because that's a part of our strategy, and our opponent is doing what he does, and that's just working good for us. So,
And that's a good strategy too. I've known several people who's challenging some incumbents right now that have a lead, and there's no sense in broadcasting that. Um, so tell me about your opponent. I mean, what has he done for the district in his time, or what has he done to it?
lead it into poverty. All right. I mean, drive to Winston County, go to Marshall County, go to Albertville, Alabama. It looks like a third world country. And I don't mean to disparage people who are there. That's not my point. But what Albertville was 30 years ago is unrecognizable for what it is now. Go to Marion County, go to Fayette County, Lamar, Vernon, Franklin, Russellville. Chris, our district has changed fundamentally. We don't have money anymore. We don't have jobs. We don't have opportunity. It's all left. He signed a deal. He was the deciding vote in like 2005 on a deal called CAFTA. President Bush told him that if he signed it, he would reimburse the jobs. Let me tell you, Fort Payne was decimated. 10,000 jobs vanished over a course of 12 months. So our district is devastated. It is in not good shape. And the people of North Alabama, they deserve respect. They deserve a whole lot more than they've gotten. And on March 5th, we're going to deliver the results that they've deserved for the past 30 years. And I'll do it in 4 years.
Is there a way, or is there something else we should look to as far as jobs? Because a lot of these jobs has been lost. I don't see any way for them to come back. I mean, uh, what is your opinion? Should we look for more
So, yeah.
technical jobs?
So look, we're going to hang a big banner um, over our office. North Alabama, open for business. Okay. I'm going to take anything and everything. I don't care if it's foreign. I don't care where it's from. My job is to deliver economic opportunity for my people. So that's my mission statement, is to go to DC and advertise that the fourth district is open for business, and I'll do everything I can to bring as much money and opportunity back to our people. That's my mandate, and that's what I'm going to do.
Interesting. Open for business.
We don't, and Chris, we don't have that right now. There's no anything. My opponent, Robert, doesn't advertise our district. He wants to keep everything out. If he keeps the opportunity out, the people stay under his foot. No one ever runs against him. He can go another 30 years, and he'll go 60 years if we let him. So that's all going to change.
Um, what do you think that um his opinion is of your campaign? You think he's running scared? I mean, because I've
There's
seen him.
definitely something wrong. There's definitely something wrong. I don't know what it is. I don't think his team knows what it is, but it's all the better for us because our victory is coming like a freight train, and I can't get inside his head. I don't want to do that, but what I do know is what we're doing is working, and right now we are in a clear path to victory.
I mean, I know that he spent more money than I think he's ever spent, honestly, in a race.
Yeah. And
You know,
the worst thing he can do, Chris, is go out there and stand in front of the people because he just exposes himself. So every time he's been out with people and we've been there, it is not a good thing. And I don't take pride in saying that. I'm not smiling when I say that. It doesn't give me pride that our member of Congress is sort of not where he needs to be.
um, so you're confident you're going to win this thing, and you're going to win it handily.
We're going to win, and we're going to win for the people, and the people are going to propel us to victory. This is a movement about the people of North Alabama. They're tired of it. They've been waiting on this opportunity for 30 years. All right, there's nothing special about me. This is about the people. It's their victory. And again, on March 5th at 8 p.m., the transition starts out there. There will be no victory lap. There will be no showboating. It's execution on March 5th, and on March 6th, the ball gets rolling. And you're going to see victories before we even take the office in January of next year.
So you sound like a man of action. That not talk about it. Let's get it done.
Right. Well, we have to be, and that's what the people deserve. That's what the founding fathers were. They didn't go up there and spend 40, 50 years up there. Okay, that's not the way we do it. I'm going to go give you and your viewers the best I've got for 4 years. All right. I'll be 38 years old when I leave office. For 4 years, you're going to get the best asset that you've ever had, and I can't wait to do it.
And in 4 years, do you think you can totally turn this district around, or at least put it in the right direction moving forward?
The objective is to totally turn it around, but we will absolutely get it moving in the right path forward. And again, like I said earlier, I hope the next person, whoever it is, takes that torch and goes even further. We're setting this up to where we reverse course and we get on the right path. That's the whole point of this thing. And for 4 years, I'm going to work night and day, all night, all weekend, and we're not going to stop. And at the end of it, the only thing I hope is that I come home and the people of North Alabama tell me that they're proud of me. That's all I'm looking for.
Um, so you go and serve 4 years. What next? Do you have any other political ambitions?
Yeah, I want to go back and make money for my family and live a great life, just like our founders did. I mean, that's what being an American it is. It's sacrificing for your country for a short time, then going and living the dream of a capitalist country. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm excited to do it. So, my family has sacrificed greatly. Those who support me, those who love me, have sacrificed greatly. I'm a workhorse, Chris. I deserve to get some work in for them. So, after the 4 years, I'm going to put some work in for my family.
So do you feel that Congressman Aderholt and a lot of these politicians, uh, they don't realize what a public servant is? I mean, they're more serving their self than the people.
Right. I mean, Robert's lost. I mean, everyone knows he's lost. He just can't find his way. I think he's forgotten what being a representative is. He doesn't deliver results anymore. He's, one of the higher ranking members on a committee where you're supposed to bring back not millions or hundreds of millions, but billions of dollars back to your people. And he brings us a couple 100,000. He brings us maybe 1 or 2 million. It's just laughable. So again, I don't want to criticize him too much, but I just think he's lost his way. I think he's lost his path. And that's because of negligence and complacency that's been allowed to sit in for over a quarter century.
Um, when when you get to DC, or your team? Are these all new people to politics, or do you have veterans, or I mean, what's it going to look
Everybody,
like?
everybody, Chris. I've got people who are business owners in this state. I've got people who are 20 years special operations, 10, 20 deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan. I've got people from Wall Street. You're going to see an extremely dynamic team go to Washington to represent y'all. And I'm so proud to be putting that team together. We are all on the same page. We're all going up there for 4 years to get it done, bring back results, extremely focused. We're not partisan people. We deliver results. That's what we've been doing our whole life. So we can't wait to do it for the people.
So, you mentioned a while ago working with President Trump. And I've heard politicians say this. Would you consider yourself a Trump Republican, or just a Republican or conservative? I mean, how would you describe your political philosophy?
I'm a Trump, a conservative. I always have been. I'm not a political guy. I never was getting into politics. When I went to Washington, it was because President Trump announced he was running. So President Trump inspired me to do all this stuff. So I don't like politics. It's not something that I crave. It's something that I see that needs to be done. So 4 years, the best I got. Go up there, help President Trump, stand in front of him. Don't stand behind him while he gets shot up and attacked by the left and by the establishment. My job is to go help him operate. He's a businessman. I am too. We've got 4 years to get this thing right. We learned a lot from the last go around, and Alabama's not going to make the same mistake and send the same guy up there with President Trump that they sent last time.
Let me ask you this, and I don't know who would be looking forward to making this happen in the last election.
I can't hear you, Chris.
Can you
There
hear
you
me
go.
now?
Got it. Yep, got it. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know who would be in charge of enforcing this or making sure it was done right, but in the last election, we've seen some weird things take place. What do we need to do to make sure our elections are secure and legitimate?
I don't think we're ever going to have completely 100% secure elections. We're going to have to start playing the game the way the left does. Okay. And Justin Holcomb's not afraid to do that. So I'm there to win. The people are going to elect me on March 5th to win. I'm not going to give any excuse on why we don't. My job is to make sure President Trump wins. My job is to get my hands in there. And if I have to get dirty to do it, I certainly will. The people of Alabama deserve victories. They don't deserve excuses. So I'm going to go up there and make sure President Trump is elected. Got a track record of doing that, and nothing's going to change after March 5th.
Justin, that's pretty impressive talk there, man. I like your direct, forward way
Thanks,
of
Chris.
speaking. I think that's all the questions I have for you.
Awesome. Great.
Thank you for giving me these few moments. Give me a day or so. I'll have the video posted soon, but I'll write something up. I've got some other stuff I've been doing with the Public Service Commission right now to that, but we'll try to get this out there and get as many people to see this and help you in your path to victory.
Awesome, Chris. And after March 5th, you and I will do another one.
Great. Good luck, and thank you for coming on.
Hey, Chris. Bye.
Bye.